having over the past 10 years. The first conversations about food first happened again 5 years ago. Since that time, we've been traveling to different communities to learn about best practice in terms of how to do food and food provision for people who are hungry. We looked at different places around the community, around Chapel Hill and Carrboro, about what's the best location. And so we don't come to you tonight thinking that, wow, we're wet behind the ears and we don't really know what we're talking about. It's been a long, engaged conversation. We really do take this seriously. So with that, I don't know if you have any questions for me, but again, I just want to say how supportive we are and thank you for your time.
Okay. All right, thanks, Michael. Appreciate it. Next, we have signed up Jason Merrill.
Hi, everybody. I'm Jason Merrill. I'm from Back Alley Bikes, business here in Carrboro. And I don't know if this is exactly the right point in the process to express my support for moving the community kitchen to downtown Carrboro, but I think it's a really good idea, and I think it's a great opportunity for the town of Carrboro to show how much better we are than Chapel Hill. We've done that in a lot of ways. And I want to take and part of the reason I kind of wanted to say that is, as a business owner, this was kind of sprung on me. I first heard about this Friday when a petition was kind of sent my way, that I was honestly disappointed to see, although not terribly surprised, that there was a lot of opposition to this idea. It's disappointing, again, though unsurprising, in part because I grew up receiving a lot of the type of assistance that the community kitchen provides, and I like to think that, much to my surprise, that I've become a bit of a model citizen. I employ 5 people. I own a building downtown. I work my fingers to the bone, and I like to think that I'm the example of what this type of food assistance program can, that I'm the product of that, rather than the handful of folks that people like to make examples of as reasons for not having this type of service in our downtown. And I like to think that, that community truly is all of us, from the poorest to the richest, and that we can, include these people as part of our community, and they're part of us. So, thanks.
Thank you. Next, we have John.
Hello, my name is Jacque Montenegro. I'm a resident of Carrboro, and I have some residential rental property in Carrboro, as well as a commercial property on Weaver Street. And like Jason, in my role as a business owner, feel like I was caught off guard by hearing about this whole discussion, and the overall sense to those of us who had that feeling of being caught off guard, that it was done on purpose to keep us as business owners informed about this whole issue. And the reason I mention that is because I get so many other notifications from Carrboro about things that seem more minor, I guess, to me. And so not to hear about something that to me seemed like an important issue, I just didn't understand that. So I think it's important that the town of Carrboro keep not only the business community members informed about these kinds of things, but also the residents, because it affects all of us in slightly different ways. I mean, there's certainly, as business owners, we have business interests that are different in a way than our interests as residents. And I think that in some way they almost can conflict. And the part of me that's a business owner wants to have the most attractive street presence for shoppers and whatnot to come. And that often can take priority, but as a resident of this community that has lots of other values, there's a part of me that just wants to see the town address those other broader community interests as well. So I hope you take that into consideration. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it, Mr. Wick. I want to just take a moment to say I appreciate everyone appreciates the pause, but I think let's try to just keep the pause on it because I know there's a lot of feeling and a lot of opinion and a lot of discussion that's going to take place, and I think it would be better if we didn't have a pause. So I'm sorry to bring down the hammer. So. Next speaker is Jerry King.
Good evening. I'm Jerry King. I own Restaurant Provence on West Weaver Street. I want to represent the business owners here who think that maybe 110 West Main is not the best place for this kitchen. Maybe there's a better location within Carrboro for this kitchen. And before we do the text amendment, I do believe that we should make a real effort to find the very best place for this kitchen. So I'm here to support that idea. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. King. All right, our next speaker is David Summer.
Hello, I'm David Summer. I own the Framers Corner on West Main Street. I'm also a resident of Carrboro. I have owned my business for 35 years. I think Jason and Jacque both touched on the subject that I want to touch on, which is the lack of communication that to the business community, both by the town and the IFC, in support or just informational purposes to understand this issue better. As a business owner for this I also want to acknowledge the business folks in the room. Would you stand if you care to? So you can see that there are a lot of folks here who are also possibly don't have the information that they should to get involved in this conversation. I want to be positive about this. I want everyone here to understand, at least from my discussions with folks who are in the business community, that we are for food first, and we are behind the IFC in many, many ways. We support these groups. We are avid supporters of Club Nova and many of the social services that you find in Carrboro. We are proud to have them. However, we feel like information in a vacuum is not a good idea, and that there needs to be a lot more information disseminated by the IFC and also by the town. We do have an economic development component to the town government. I think it's important that they use that resource to maybe get some of this information out so that we have more discussion. I know that there were other hearings on this, but we don't see everything. Uh-oh, I got one there. So just in conclusion, I invite the IFC and the rest of the business community to join in a really earnest conversation to come up with some great solutions for the needs of the IFC and also for the needs of our community.